Our next contestant is Nelson Early. Please welcome Nelson. The title of Nelson's speech is The Clock-In Machine. With The Clock-In Machine, Nelson Early.
Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and very welcome guests. It was just an ordinary Monday morning as I lay in bed. There was nothing special happening today, except it seemed strange. The mailman, he was an hour early. He doesn't normally come till 7:30 and it only just turned 6:30. And there seemed to be a lot of traffic on the road for 6:30. He was a very conscientious man, I thought. I turned on the radio. You're tuned to the national station. The time is now 7:30. Confused man, I thought. Then he proceeded to say, I hope you've all turned your clocks forward 1 hour for daylight saving. I hadn't. I jumped out of bed, got on my overalls, didn't have time to get changed. I ran down the hall and I stepped on my little boy's little red Ferrari. I've never been in a Ferrari before. Man, it was fast. 1 minute I was standing up, the next minute I was lying on my back. I got up, ran down to the kitchen. There was no time for breakfast either. And I went past the toilet and there was certainly no time for the toilet. And I got into my super-sized Fiat Bambina. It was enormous. You'll know the ones, they're big. And I drove as fast as I could to work. That normally took half an hour to get to work, but today, 22 minutes. Back in 1987, there were no such things as speed cameras. Now, I was feeling really good, and I hopped out of the car and run up to the cloakroom where the clock-in machine, it was up on the wall, a great big pink clock-in machine. And it was installed upside down. One would wonder who would do that. I don't know. There was a new guy at work today. His name was Dave. Dave was a clever, smart, intelligent guy, good looking, a real top bloke actually, a lot like me. No, don't you laugh, he was really good looking. He was having problems with his clock-in machine. You had to slide your card up and it'd punch a big hole in it saying what time you got to work. I thought I'd give him a hand. Was it going to work? So I put my hand up on the machine and seeing if it was going to get blocked, and suddenly, bang! The pin went straight through my finger and there I was, just stuck to the wall. Dave looked horrified as the blood started trickling down my arm. I would have given him a hand, but I was a bit tied up at the moment. And off he went. Now Angie was in the office and she saw everything. And she was a young, beautiful lady with a sweet voice. She'd come out, oh, Nelson, love, are you all right? And I thought, Nelson, love, when did I become Nelson, love? She came over and put her arm around me and says, oh, can I help you? Well, I thought it'd be handy if she could drag the toilets a bit closer. Oh, I needed to go. But that was never going to happen. I was getting cold though. I asked her if she could get the jacket out of my car. Well, before I could say anything more, she put her hands in my pocket. First the back ones, then the front ones. Everybody was looking, it was embarrassing. Then the top ones. The keys were in my hand all along. And off she went. Now the queue for the clock-in machine was getting bigger and bigger. And the boss's nephew was there. He was a smart guy, always poking fun at people. His name was Rick. Should have been spelt with a P, really. And he come along and he says, put your hand up if you're still wearing your jammies. Exactly, everybody laughed. I thought, no one put their hand up. I looked down and thought, oops, I'm going to slip up even higher. And off he went. Now finally, the man I'd been waiting for Pete. Pete was the technician. He wasn't very tall, he was about that high. He hadn't shaved for about a week. And I thought, how's he going to do this? I thought he could have brought a ladder at least, or a stool. Well, I soon found out. He got his arms and put them around me like this, and I thought, great, I don't need a man hug at this moment. And he started unscrewing it. I was freaked. His face was this far away from mine. I didn't know what to say, and when I'm stressed I say things I shouldn't. And I said to him, is that brooch you're wearing? He just smiled at me, even moved closer. His chest was against mine, his cheek was against mine. And I don't know if you've ever kissed a man that has never shaved before. I didn't kiss him. Just imagine somebody, not me, just imagine what it's like. It was like sandpaper or a wire brush. It was awful. I was getting this big red rash. And as if I wasn't in enough pain, he was standing on my feet to get a bit more height so he could reach the machine. It was terrible. I didn't know what to do. So I says, I'm going to be sick. And he jumped right back. I thought, yes, finally things are looking up. Even though it might be just my hand. I thought I'll get my arm and I'll pull it down as hard as I could. My finger just popped off like that. And it fell down on the ground. And I thought, what am I going to do? Do I need to go to the toilet first or should I get my finger? But there was a cat over there. So I'll get my finger. And I jammed it back on. And I got it on the wrong way round. Mr. Contest Chair.